Hi, it's Julie. Welcome to your side lying legs workout. This is a really fabulous one to work the outer and inner parts of the hip, the outer and inner thighs, and to build strength and flexibility around the low back as well. So I bet you didn't think you could have this much fun just on your side. Here we go. Join me down on the mat. So we're going straight into our side lying. So just transitioning down into find our nice neutral position in the spine. So with this, you've got a couple of options with the arms. You can just extend one arm long, or you can prop your head up if that feels a little bit more comfortable for you. You're going to bring the underneath leg into a chair position. So it's just this kind of 90-degree bend, as if you were kind of sitting on a chair, if that makes sense. And then you're going to extend your top leg away from you. So you're going to extend it from the hip. So really press the leg away so you feel this nice lift in the underneath waist. Remember, we should have a little kind of space, a little kind of mouse hole space almost between your underneath waist and the mat. You're going to draw your abdominals down just to make sure you're nice and protected around the spine. And you're going to make sure you're nice and neutral. So just drawing the ribs down on top of the pelvis as well. Remember, you can lie down for this if you'd like. Extending the leg away. You're going to take a little breath in, and as you exhale, draw your belly button in towards your spine, and you're just going to go into a little lift and a lower of the leg. So we're pointing the foot, we're stretching the leg away. Top hand can just be lightly pressed here. You're going to stay nice and neutral, so focus on that gentle drawing in of the belly button the whole time. Drawing the ribs down on top of the pelvis and keeping that nice neutral position of the spine. So not kind of losing that and going into the low back, really important. Leg is in line with the hip the whole time, and we start at hip height. We're just lifting and lowering from our hip height. So we're just doing 10, nice and slow. Think about all the different elements that are happening at the same time. Breathing here. Exhaling. Another 3. Another 2. And another 1. You're going to just bring the leg back to hip height. Take a little moment, flex the toes up towards you. So as you look down, you'll be able to see your toes. Make sure you still got your little lift underneath the waist. And then from there, either hand in front, or if you want a little bit more of a core challenge, you can take your your hand onto your waist. You're going to kick forward, point, draw the leg back, flex, kick forward, point, draw the leg back, flex, kick forward, point. So with this again, we're looking to keep the side of the body nice and long, the core drawing in, keeping that lift in the underneath waist. This looks harder than it is. And you're just taking the leg to where you can keep all of those little things in the mix happening. So you might have a smaller range here. It might be that you just are able to kick to here, but you can still keep that lift. You can still keep that sense of connection in the front, and you can still keep neutral. If that's where your range is, you work to that. There's no right or wrong. We just work to our own body and how we feel. Some days you're more flexible than others too. Some days you just work to where you are. Last 2. So we're aiming to do maybe between 8 and 10. And anyone knows here that my counting is like so off. Good. And then just keeping the leg at hip height. Again, just take a little minute, check in on all those little kind of watch points. Go into circles. So 1, try and get a nice big full circle. Forward, up, around, behind the body, and down and round, yeah? So go for maybe 6 to 8. And of course, remember, what goes forward, or what goes back in my case, also goes forward. So last one, let's go for 8, 2, 3 is a little buddy, 4, 5, hello, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. If that doesn't feel like it's burning in your bum, then you haven't done it right. Stack the leg back on top. Beautiful. From there, you're going to take both legs long. So you're going to bring your legs into like a sort of banana shape. So really reach them away to the kind of opposite corner of your mat if you're on your mat. Again, remember, you can do all this with your head down, which can sometimes be a little bit more relaxing. If you want to go for that option, feel free to do that as well. If not, we're going to prop your head up. Just again, making sure drawing everything in towards your midline. We're going to go for a little oyster here, a little sliding oyster. So you're going to come into Pilates V with the feet. So like a first position. So you're externally rotated from this hip, and then you're going to just slide this leg up. Take your little oyster, open it back up, close the leg back down. So slide up, close, open, and down. 2, 3, nice and slow. Drawing that belly button in towards your spine the whole time. Beautiful. This is the 5th one. Nice and slow. If you want more of a challenge, bring both hands behind your head. See if you can stabilize yourself, belly button to spine. Keep hips stacked on top of hips, shoulder on top of shoulder, remember. Good. Last 2 now. Good. And release down. Last one. Draw the leg up. Little oyster. Keep that lift as well. And release down. There. Good. Keep your first position. Similar little move there. You're going to draw the leg in. You're going to flex it up. And you're going to reconnect the heels back into first. So slide to the knee. Reach the leg long. Draw heel to heel. Good. Think keeping the leg nice and long as you reach that leg away. Remember the top arm, you can have it just placed lightly down in front of you. Reach high, draw the leg down. Really nice. Ooh, get you nice and long down the side of your waist. Good. Try and relax the jaw as always and the shoulders. Down. Last one, keep nice and stacked. Slide, lift, lower down. Beautiful. Good. From there, little adductor lift. So we're going to switch the position of the legs. Top leg falls over. Underneath leg, you're going to bring back in line with your hip here. So you can roll off your hips in this one, but just keep that nice core connection. And you're just going to go into a little lift and lower of your underneath leg. So breathing in. Shoulders nice and chilled. Jaw nice and chilled. Press up actively with this leg. Try and keep it in line with the hip. Imagine you're pressing up onto something to lift, something above the legs, kind of pressing up to lift. 2, draw the hips down, the abs down. The sun's going to my head, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold the leg up, little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. All the way back down. Little side plank from here. Options, as always, are to keep the underneath leg down and you press at the elbow under the shoulder and you press your body out. You press your arm, you press out of the shoulder, so nice and active through the shoulder. Don't sink down here, make sure you're really active so you can press into the forearm to lift out, draw the abdominals down to connect the pelvis, and then you're going to press the underneath hip up to get that lift. If you want a little bit more than that, you can bring both legs down, make a little hook with the feet. So nice long line. You can come up onto your side, so you're pressing actively into the forearm, you're lifting that underneath hip, so pressing the hips up, and then you can just take here, you can take the arm in line with the shoulder, and if you want a little bit more, you can stack both legs here. Press the glutes, press the inner thighs, squeeze, 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 and we're going to hold this here, keep the head in line with the spine, everything really active and engaged. Draw those ribs down. 3, 2, 1, and just lower yourself down. Coming on to the other side. We're just going to repeat that all on the other side. So, starting with our lift and our lowers. Remember, underneath arm can be long, or you can, let's fix the microphone, or you can prop your head up underneath leg in your nice chair position. Reach that leg away. Reaching the leg away, we're coming into our lift and our lower. So we've connected our abs, we've lifted our underneath waist, we've relaxed the jaw and the shoulder. We're loving life.
So nice and slow. Again, I want you to focus more on lengthening the leg. It's not about getting the leg high. It's about keeping that length out of the hip joint as you lift and you lower and keeping neutral. So that's a lot to think about, and there's a lot going on there. So don't let the leg just fly up and down. Remember, less is sometimes always more. Try and keep the leg in line with the hip. Watch for it creeping forward or back. Keep scooping that belly. 3, 4, 5. Into our front and back. So leg at hip height, toes flexed, kick forward, point, draw the leg back. Flex, forward, point, draw back. Forward, point, draw back. 3, 4, 5, relax here. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, circles. Big circles. Go for 6, 5, connecting here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oof. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, definitely feel that. Legs into a nice banana shape. We're coming into a little first position with the feet. So again, making sure we're nice and stacked, shoulders stacked, hips stacked, knees are stacked, but they're externally turned away from each other. And the ankles are stacked here, the heels are stacked. So again, coming into a little oyster. Remember, you can have your top hand placed like the mat in front of you. If you want a little bit more, bring the hand behind the head. But remember, that's going to really challenge your core. So make sure that you're making that nice connection between the ribs and the hip and drawing those abdominals down to wrap this bound. All right, here we go. Sliding the leg up to the knee. Take your little oyster and back to first. So you slide, oyster, up, back to first. Try and keep the hips stacked here, particularly as you open back up, slide the leg away. So 2, oh no, 3, 4, this is 4, sorry. We'll get there with the counting one day. And challenge yourself. You can do it. Do 5 with the hand down. See if you can progress. 5 with the hand behind the head. Just keep the shoulder relaxed. Always we have the chilled shoulders. And down. Keep it nice and long underneath waist. Good. Last little one. Down and up and down. Good. From there we're coming into our sexy legs. So we draw the leg here, we extend, and then we reconnect the heels. Really lengthen as you bring that leg back down. So that's your chance. Stretch out. Dynamic. Stretch away. Good. So I am in Inverleith Park in Edinburgh. It's a beautiful day. It's middle of July. And I'm not sure, you might be able to see the castle. I come down here quite a lot to film because it's beautiful. Gets you out the house as well. And there's nothing quite like a little bit of greenery and fresh air to do Pilates in, that's for sure. Reaching away, just keeping scooping. Last one, lost count. Good. Let's go for one more for luck. I always do that. Good. And down. Beautiful. From there, a little adductor lift. So we switch up the position of the legs. We bring the underneath leg in line with the hip. We roll off the hips this time. Knee down. Make sure that leg's in line with the hip. And you're going to just press up using your inner thigh. Scoop down. Press up. Scoop and press. Oh yeah, there it is. Good. Good. Imagine you're pressing that underneath leg into something. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, coming up for the pulses, 9, 10. Hold the leg and tiny little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. And then just release down there. Little side plank to go. Take the same one that you took on the other side. I'm going to go full this time. Pressing from out of the shoulder, no sinking, really active into the forearm, and press through that underneath hip. So really lift from under here, press the glutes, keep nice and neutral here if you can, and then the top arm is in line with the shoulder here. So connect the pelvis and the ribs and the hip, sorry. Smile. Good. And holding out here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then release down here. Beautiful. Good. From there we're going to take a couple of nice stretches, starting with our nice figure of 4 stretch. So just releasing down, ankle over knee, and then you're just going to draw that leg in towards you, draw the thigh in towards you. Try and release the tailbone into the mat, so try and keep the spine nice and long. And then take some nice big full deep breaths. Breathing in. Feel the ribs expand on the mat. See if you can hug the knee in a little bit more on your exhale. Last one here. And release. Good. And I'm going to switch sides. So ankle over knee, drawing the leg in. Nice stretch for those glutes we've just worked. So breathing into the ribs. Really think about, on your exhale, letting go. Just let anything that's on your mind, just kind of try, let it melt away. Now's your time just to chill. Breathing in. Exhale. Breathing in. Last one here. Good. Bringing both of the soles of the feet back to the floor. Now, nice relaxation. I'm going to take a little supine twist. So you're going to press both feet into the mat. Inner thighs are connected. Lift the hips, shift them to the side, and then just let the knees fall down. You can take the arms into T position and then just gently just twist away from the hips. So upper body just twisting away from the legs. Really lovely one. Stretching out around those hips, round the sides. Breathe in here. Release with your exhale. Breathing in. Exhale. Breathing in. Exhale. Good. And then we're going to bring ourselves back, take that on the other side. So press the feet, lift the hips, come back to neutral, and then take it on the other side. So pressing in, shifting the hips, and then just twisting away. Try and kind of keep that side body nice and long. So kind of think about sending that waist, this hip away from the ribs, and get your nice stretch here. Keep that little connection, that little core connection. And just breathe and relax here. Relax the jaw and shoulders on the exhale. Breathing in. Oh, so nice with the sun. Good. And then you're just going to come back to your center. Gently going to bring yourself onto your side, and you're going to push yourself up to a nice seated position. Just going to cross the legs in front of you. You're just going to take a nice side bend. So just lifting one arm up, draw the shoulder down. If it's kind of elevated up towards the ear, just take a nice side bend. So keep the hip bone, keep the sit bone pressing down to the ground. Keep the hip bone kind of down. Keep connected here. Reach. And then lifting up, press down, other side. Just gently lifting over. You're painting a rainbow. Keeping the hip down, keeping the sit bone down, so don't let the leg lift up. So knee down, hip down, sit bone down, ground yourself down. Breathing into that side body.
nice full breath, get a nice good stretch there as well. Remember your breath is a really important mechanism for stretch as well. It's not just about moving the body and holding positions and things. Your breath is a really important part of a stretching routine. And bringing the hand all the way down. You're done. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. Leave any comments. As always, I'll get back to you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever you're up to. I'll see you soon.